Okay, good morning, everyone. So this is a quick study on during breakout trades, what is the best way to place your stop loss? So during breakout trades, right? Breakout trades are very special in the sense that they've broken out of resistance. So if you want to place your stop loss, you actually have quite a few ways to place your stop loss. And neither of these ways are right or wrong. It depends on how, as a trader, what do you value more? Now we are looking at Google Land as one of our case study, one of our examples. So let's briefly go through the advantages and disadvantages of placing your stop loss at certain areas. So I am going to look at this portion here. So, okay, so obviously this is somewhat a breakout trade because number one, it have broken out of the resistance, this particular candle here. Excuse me. Okay, so let's say you buy into this candle. There are a few ways you can place your stop loss. The number one place where you can put your stop loss is actually here at 1.44. Why is this good stop loss level? Mainly because you are buying a breakout trade due to this candle here. So this is your trigger candle. You don't want your stop loss to be in the middle of a trigger candle. Your trigger is invalidated only when price fall below this trigger candle, and thus your stop loss should be at least below the trigger candle lah. If not, your long position doesn't even make sense really. And secondly is also the stop loss is wide enough that you are not going to get stopped out by any noise movement. This is very important. If you place your stop loss too close, right? For example, if you place it like somewhere around here, this is a extremely bad stop loss, mainly due to the fact that one, price is still above the resistance. It can retrace a bit and continue to break out, and you will definitely be stopped out here. Number two, it is very close to your current price, and thus even a small noise movement you can get cut out. So you do not want to be placing your stop loss there. So ideally you will want to place your stop loss below the resistance and also below your trigger candle, probably around 0.144. Okay. However, there is also another level that you can place your stop loss, which is way below here. Way below here. So you, by placing this here, you actually sort of prevent yourself from getting stopped out. If price sort of go back down the resistance and then it continues to go sideways, then you are still able to hold on to the counter. Whereas in this case here, you are probably stopped out already. So the thing is, which is a better stop loss? Which one is the correct one? So the answer here is that there is no correct one. Both are correct, but depending on which is good for you is based on your trading style. So for example, let's look at stop loss, the first stop loss at 1.44. So if I play the price, what you will see is that, okay, so it continue to breaks out. If you do not TP and price come back down, right, eventually you get stop out at this point here. You are now stop out already, and price continue to go sideways and it eventually break out again. So you will feel that, okay, obviously this is not a good stop loss at all, since I am stop out, and right now price has gone even higher than the previous level here. So obviously 1.44 is not really a good stop loss. So if we look back again, if we, let's say, look back at the other stop loss, which is somewhere around here. If we look at this stop loss, and we run the price, so it is very obvious that you are still holding your position. Not only that, you are probably in the profit right now currently right now. So 1.34 is you would think is a much more better stop loss compared to 1.44, which was, or sorry, 1.44, which was around here. So now the thing here is, now the disadvantage come in where, for example, when you get, sorry, 1.44 is here. So when price retrace down, right, most likely the person who placed, the trader who placed the stop loss at 1.44 will probably get stop out here already, or maybe even here. But this person is not stop out. But the thing is that if you place your stop loss at 1.34, even though you are not stop out, you are essentially stuck with your position from August all the way until end of October right now, which is about 4 months. You are actually holding your position for 4 months before it start to break even or at least see some positive again. So from your perspective, even though you did not take any loss, you are actually stuck in this position for 4 months. That is something you need to consider very, very carefully, because within that 4 months, right, you can actually take that money and go and trade something else. For example, you can go and trade iFast, you can go and trade Sunningdale Tech, which are all running during the period. But now, because of the fact that your position is stuck here, you might not have the enough capital to do it. So at the end of the day, the person who actually cut their loss here and then go and trade something else, he can end up having more profit than someone who chose to hold the position and then only seeing some positive around end of October like that. So the question here is the opportunity cost. Is the opportunity cost worth it for you to have such a wide stop loss and then hold your position when it is stuck? So once again, this is neither a right or a wrong answer. A lot of traders, they really scared of taking loss. They do not want to take loss, so they tend to place a wider stop loss and they hold it. So as long as they don't see any red position that is close in their account, right, they are pretty much happy. But perhaps for more aggressive trader who trade on a very short time frame, they will feel that within this 4 months, they actually can do a lot of things with the money that is otherwise stuck there. So they can take a more aggressive stop loss. So as you start to enter breakout setup, breakout position, you need to ask yourself, what kind of a trader are you? Are you willing to, do you have the determination? Do you have the power to hold? Do you have the capital to hold a particular stock if it gets stuck for like 3-4 months? Are you someone who wake up every day, look at your account and you see that, hey, why is this stock not moving? Why is this stock not moving? If you are emotionally impacted by this, even if you place your stop loss so low, right, so far off from your entry, right, are you able to emotionally handle this kind of thing? So there's a lot of factors in play, and eventually you need to trade. You need to practice your trade long enough to discover for yourself what kind of trader are you. So there are definitely a lot of traders who feels that actually by placing stop loss below this cluster here, actually they can hold it up. They can hold it up mainly because they have a huge amount of capital that a small amount being stuck here is nothing to them. So they just let it be and then they go and trade something else. They have enough money to trade something else. But for someone else who have a lower capital, they cannot afford getting stuck and they want to be more aggressive. So they will prefer putting the stop loss below the resistance level. So don't always think in the dimension that something must be right and something must be wrong. That when it truly come to real trading, there is no obviously right, but although there are a lot of obviously wrong answer, there is no obviously right answer. There's actually a lot of gray areas which eventually lead to many different kind of traders and many different kind of profiles, and all of them can be equally successful depending on how well you know yourself. That is why you need to keep practicing your trading, and you need to keep expose yourself to real market movement with your demo account so that you can discover for yourself and you can see which style you are more comfortable with. You might think that you are comfortable with having a wide stop loss style, but eventually after trading for some time, you realize that, hey, no, actually I'm a much more aggressive trader. So I actually have much more success with being aggressive. So you might want to change and leans towards the aggressive style. So hopefully this can give you some insight to the advantage and disadvantage of placing stop loss for breakout trades. Thank you.